it control the visibility of elements. It controls the visibility of elements. It controls the visibility of elements. What are the things we have? We have in this called one we have called display property. Display none. Display none. Display none says like hide. Display none means hide. Okay, don't display anything. Like suppose one image is displaying, and in that if you write a style display none, a style colon display none. So what will happen? Image will not be visible. It will be hide. Okay. Next, after that, write display colon inline. Inline. It convert from block level tag to inline. Width where width will not apply. Okay, what will not apply? Width will not apply. If you write display in line and width 300 pixel, so width will not work. In which case, display in line, width will not work. Right, next, display inline hyphen block. Inline hyphen block. What it will do? It convert from block level tag to inline tag, where width will work. Where width will apply. Suppose you wrote display inline block and width 300. So what will happen? 300 will work. But in the first case, width 300 will not work. So in inline, width will not work, and inline block, what will work? Width will work. Yes, width will work. Right, next one. People ask in interview, difference between inline and inline block. So we can say in case of inline, width will not apply, whereas inline block, width will get applied. Okay, wrote. Now write our display colon block. Display block. What it do? It convert from inline to block. It convert from block to inline to block. Next we have called display grid. Display called grid. Display colon grid. So display grid that keep dot dot dot. Once you implement, then only will implement. Understand what is that? So these three are clear. Display none means hide. Display inline means print in one line. Display block means print in the same line, but width will apply. In inline case, width will not apply. In inline block, width will apply. And in block, what will happen? It convert from inline to block. The content was printing in the same line, it will print in the new line. Display grid, it's like to create the row and columns. Like if you say display grid and grid column 3, so in one line 3 column will come. If you say display the column 5, so what will happen? How many column will come? 5 column will come. So that is next level of understanding. Okay, so after covering this part, I'll come to the grid. Grid and flex, we have two things important from the CSS3 that we need to know. Okay, so that I'll cover. So we'll create one example based on display inline. One example based on display inline. After that, we will understand the problem of inline CSS. We'll go for the next. So create a file called display.html. Okay, done. Come next. Next we have called, so file we created. What is the file name? Display. In which folder? Inline folder. Display.html under the inline folder. Now let's go follow the HTML. Use the head section. Follow the, okay, so head we have not written still. Body will write. Head will come from the next, from the internal CSS onwards. Okay, now follow the UL tag. UL and LI. Follow the LI inside. Home. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About us. Contact us. Login. Register. Inquiry. Got it? Now come inside. Run this file first. You will find everything is printing in the there. Everything is printing in the new line. Because LI is called block level tag. LI is called block level tag. It will not print in the same line. It will go to the always new line. it will go to the new line. Okay, it will go to where? New line. Now we have to write something. So hope for everyone printing in the same line. Something like this?
Yes.
Okay, next we need to write the CSS so that all will print in the same line. So write here a style equal to display colon inline. Display inline. You add everywhere. Code will look little overload, little dirty, but no problem. Our target is to understand first. Display colon inline. Display colon inline. Save now. And check once. All will print in the same line. Display inline, you write everywhere. Run the page. Everything will print in the same line. All printed in the same line. Right? So inline, what it will do? It will convert from block to inline. Now we will apply the width property and we'll see it is happening or not. Okay. So apply width everywhere. Width 30 pixel. Not 30 pixel, 200 pixel. Width 200 px. Width 200, 200, 200, 200 and 200. Width 200, 200, 200 and 200. Check now. Width is getting applied or not. नाम क्या देना है फाइल लिस्टेड और इसमें
Width is not applying, sir.
और करेंगे जो और ये है तो ये पूरा नहीं but display inline is है और inline block में पा देना दिखाने दे मिलेगा ये भाई नहीं है ये भी आप यस itu orang tanya nah apa gitu pada orang enggak nah Allah dapat dari nanti kalau pergi ini ya Hah? Ya, ya. Okay, width is applying. Huh? Width is working, not working. Now, which property we have written? We have written the display inline. Display inline we have written. So, in the case of display inline, right, width property is not getting applied. Now, convert inline hyphen block. Inline hyphen block. Inline hyphen block everywhere. Display inline hyphen block. Inline hyphen block. You will see the width property will get applied. Inline block, you will see the width property will get applied. Applying?
Yes, sir.
So we understood the difference.
Yes, sir.
Width we can reduce little. 200 is huge. 100 will be okay. So the difference we have written inside the file. The difference is valid difference. If you write display inline, element will convert from block to inline, but width property will not get applied. Width will not work. If you apply the inline hyphen block, element will convert from block to inline, but width property will get applied. Width property will work. Right? Clear? Now that functionality is one side. Inline block, display block, that is happening. There is no doubt in that. Now next question is, in this file, display inline block and width 100 px, how many times you have written? So many times.
Yes, sir.
Written so many times, right? That is the problem of inline CSS. Same feature if you want 10 times, you have to write the property how many times? 10 times. So we wanted all should have a gap of 100 pixel. So we are given the width how much? 100 px everywhere. Correct? We given the 100 px everywhere. 100 px we given everywhere. Now if we want to write one place, like width 100 pixel, we should write one place and it should apply everywhere. Correct? We should write display one place and inline block and it should apply everywhere. Now what you have written, it is called one-to-one. One LI and one set of CSS. One more LI, one more set of CSS. One more LI, one more set of CSS. That's called a one-to-one. It's called a one-to-one. Now, if you are writing the CSS code one-to-one, then code duplicate happen or not? Display, how many times you have written? 6 times. Duplicate.
6 times.
In line block, you have written how many times? 6 times. Duplicate.
6 times.
Width 100 px, 6 times. Duplicate. Correct? Now, suppose same code if you are writing again and again, code will become duplicate. If code will become duplicate, file will become heavy. File will become heavy. And when you open any website, file will be in the server. From server, file will come to your PC. How it come? Through internet. And if the file is heavy, it will take long time to come. Page loading will be slow. Right. Nowadays, no one have the time to wait for someone. People will say, we'll see you later. Right. If the page is taking long time to load, people will close the page. Problem will happen. That's called user experience will be bad. If the page is slow, then user experience will be bad. But the slow happen not because of something else, because of code itself. Same code is written again and again and again and again, right? So code will become definitely duplicate and the problem will happen. Next work we have, next problem we have, like when you have written display inline block and you wrote width 100 pixel. Now if you ask to change 120 px, width 120 px, how many places you have to change? 6 places? 6 places, right? So code modification also difficult. Code modification also difficult. In one file, 6 places. Like this, suppose 100 pages there, then what will happen? 100 into 6, 600 places you have to change. But for understanding purpose, okay, you wrote LI and width 100 pixel means LI width will be 100 pixel. For understanding purpose, it's a quick. Yes, we are understanding in the one line. HTML also as well as CSS also. What is the use of HTML and what is the use of CSS? Correct. So in developer guide, same line you have written. It is good for, where is that line? It is good for understanding. Where is that? Is I think somewhere in the beginning. Here. It is good for understanding purpose. Right? Now then you will ask, if I am going to learn internal CSS, the property will be different. No, property value will be same. The place will get changed. You are writing for LI directly. In internal CSS, you will not write for LI. You will write somewhere else. CSS will be one place and HTML will be other place. And both will link together. Okay? That is called as a one-to-many. Write once and use many times. So first we'll create an example of one-to-many. And then we'll understand the difference. Oh, these all are the difference. Then definitely we'll say, no, inline is better. Inline is not good. Inline is not good. We have to go for the internal. Once you write internal, all will be fine. But when you look into the scenario, then you will come to know this also bad. Which one? Internal. Then you will go for the external. Some condition will come in external. You will feel like I spent 5 days to write the CSS code and someone downloaded free of cost. Then you will go for import. Once you go in import, you will find 1% problem is fixed and 99% problem came back. Where? Under the import. In inline, you saw the problem. Correct? In internal, this all problem will be fixed. But still some problem will come. Then for that, we have to look into the external. In external, again some problem will come. Assume like 99% solution. Here we are written how much? 90% almost. Correct? So assume like 99% solution will come in external, but 1% will be problem. Now to fix that one problem, 1%, we will go for the import. Import will say, I will fix your 1% problem, but 99% problem will come back. So again, what we'll do? We'll come back. We'll come back to where? External. And we'll say, okay, I will survive with 1% of that. So overall, external will be the best option. But again, I am explaining. You have not seen that, correct? You saw one item now called inline. Now we will implement called internal. You will have clear understanding internal and inline. Then we'll implement called external, correct? Then we'll have understanding of inline, internal, external. And then last will be import. And then after that, you will be able to decide what to do. Correct? Yes. You will see all four, you will come to know, then this is a good way. Okay, come. So what we'll do, we'll create one more file, display2.html in the same folder. Which folder? Inline only. To understand one-to-one and one-to-many. This is we wrote as a one-to-one. Write once, use once. Write once, use once. Next, we will be creating one example where we'll see same feature one-to-many. Write the CSS one time and use many times. How that works. So you can create the file display2.html. 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 In display2.html, open the head section and close the head section. Head open and head close. Head open and head close. Inside that, a style open and a style close. Okay, a style open, a style close. Next, after that, you write one CSS for li tag. Li tag name, and after that curly bracket open and close. So what you have written is li is the name of the tag and curly bracket open and close. Now under this li, we will add this two property. One is called width, another one is called display inline block. Add this and remove all the CSS from everywhere. Remove the CSS from everywhere. Remove the CSS from everywhere. Okay, remove the CSS from everywhere. Save the file and run it. You will find the similar output. Save the file and run it. You will find the similar output. Okay, similar output everywhere.
Yes, sir.
Now, see, it's something like this. In the previous example also similar, this example also similar, right? So in previous example, we have written display in line 6 times and width 100 pixel we have written 6 times. But now in this page, display in line 1 time and width also 1 time and li is how many? 6 times. So this becomes CSS is 1 time and the HTML is many time. So this becomes a one to many. One to many. Correct? One to many. Yes. It is called as a one to many. One to many. Now, when you look into the one to many, we have 5 types. One to many. This is one to many, right? For li, it's happening. Now, in current page, suppose there is a 20 plus li, all li will happen similar. Now, all li is happening similar, no? So, in one way, suppose 100 li is there, all li will become similar. But we want the li should be different. 5 li different, 5 li different, 5 li different. So, this method will not support again. So, one to many, just keep in mind. Now, we have come up with the solution of instead of writing the code again and again, we can write the code only one time and we can use unlimited times. But when we are writing one time and we are using many times, then what is the possibility is CSS has given total 5 ways to implement one to many. CSS for tag name, CSS for ID, CSS for class, CSS for you can say tag group, correct? CSS for parent and child tag. Total 5 methods here. So W3 start from here. W3 start, W3 CSS is not last 4, 5 what is cover. Which example? Example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 where written no? 1, 2. Inline CSS is not there. They start from where? Internal CSS direct. Now let come to the syntax wise. Syntax wise. Okay. Write this is as a comment. Write this is as a comment. CSS comment. This is called CSS comment. That meaning this line, your browser will not read this line. This line will get ignored. It is for the developer purpose. What you are writing in line called syntax of CSS. How to write the CSS. Okay. So the syntax is like this. Syntax is like this. Selector. Selector, curly bracket open close, and inside you write call property property colon this one call is a value. Again property number 2 and value. Again property number 3 and then value. So you will have multiple property and values. Okay, selector added. Property, value, property, value, property, value. So this become as a syntax, formula, and below become as a example. Now at the place of selector, what you have written? Below, at the place of selector, we have written called li. At the place of selector, we have written called li. So li becomes a selector, and at the place of property you have written called display. Display becomes a property, and inline block becomes a value. Width become property, 100 px becomes a value. So we will be writing like this: selector name, then curly bracket, and inside the property and value. Now li is a tag in HTML. Li is a tag in HTML, but in CSS, what you are saying? You are saying as a selector. So definitely, all the HTML tags are called as a selector in CSS. All the HTML tags are called selector in CSS. So li is called as a tag, but what we are calling? Selector. Body is a tag, what we can call? Selector. UL is a tag, what we can call? Selector. So all the HTML tags are called as a selector in CSS. And along with that HTML tag, we have some more things. So overall, selectors are of 5 types. All the selectors are of 5 types. Okay. So we'll see what type of selector we have and how to implement. Before writing this and all in developer guide, we have to write few lines of drawback of inline CSS, and then we need to write few lines of internal CSS. What is the benefit? What is the meaning of one to many? And then next example. So I hope till now you should be clear with the 2, 3. Okay, we need to write with the 2, 3. Okay, we are understood with the 2, 3 points: display inline and display inline block. And another one, display difference of inline CSS and difference of internal CSS. Internal CSS you wrote one time and you are using many times. And in inline CSS, one to one. Write and use, write and use, write and use. Correct? Come to developer guide. We'll write few points, then we'll go ahead. 1 minute. Okay, so we can write here under which block? Under the inline CSS. Under the inline CSS, we have written the heading right there. It is one to one. It is one to one. Write CSS code one time and use only one time. Write CSS code one time and use only one time. Next, after that, point number 2, because of one to one, because of one to one, because of 1-to-1 because of 1-to-1 code duplicate will happen. Because of 1-to-1 code duplicate will happen. Three-month auntie. 3 months shifting rubber. March end. Fourth, 4 4 1 2 2 3 4 left ಆಯ್ತಾ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ ठीक है लिख लो नहीं लग जाए. Okay, so what we wrote, because of 1-to-1 code duplicate will happen. That you saw code duplicate happen. Now if code duplicate will happen, next problem will start. Okay, file weight will increase. File weight will increase. Fourth one, right? File weight will increase. If the file is heavy, then page loading will be slow. Heavy file, page loading will be slow. Heavy file, page loading will be slow. Fifth one, because of slow page loading, user experience will be bad. If page loading slow, user experience may be bad. Next you can write Google search will give low priority. Low priority in Google search will give low priority. Seventh one you can write code changes will be complex. Code modification will be complex. Code modification will be complex. Right, next come to the internal CSS. In internal CSS we have, it is called one-to-many. It is called one-to-many. That write CSS code one time and use in HTML many times. write the CSS code one time and use in HTML many times. That we saw in one example. Okay, save now. Right, next line. It is called one to many and write the CSS code one time and use in HTML many times. What next? Next is called CSS has given following CSS has given following methods to write CSS one to many. CSS has given following methods to write the CSS one to many. What are those? You can write the CSS for tag name also directly. That is called CSS for tag name. For any tag name, directly you can write the CSS. It will get applied for the particular tag. Right? Next, after that, we'll write here call CSS for tag group. CSS for tag group, what is that? CSS for tag group, what is that? Like maybe in one page, H1 also should come red color, H2 also should come in red color, paragraph also should come in red color, right? And division also should come in, TH also should come in red color. So how many places you will write CSS? 4 places? No. You will create a group of the tag. H1 also, H3 also, paragraph also, and TH also. All you will create a group, and for this group you will write the CSS. So in this group, how many tags are there? Wherever it will appear, everywhere the same CSS will get applied. Okay. So we'll write here next. So we will be writing the example, not like simply I'm talking. We'll have example for that. Next is called CSS by ID. Like suppose in one page, you want to display the paragraph 5 times and all the paragraphs should look different. It should not look same. So what we have to do? ID. We have to give the ID for all the paragraph P1, P2, P3 as ID and write the CSS for P1, P2, P3. That is called CSS for ID. CSS for ID. So it will become as an identifier. Okay. ID will become as an identifier. For that we'll write the CSS. Sometime we also want 4 paragraphs should look same and 4 paragraphs should look different. So 4 paragraph same and 4 paragraphs should look different. Okay. So how many types? 2 types. 4 paragraph, one type and 4. So in that case, we have to make like as a anti. Okay, so in that we can write called CSS for class. CSS for class. CSS for class. CSS for class. So you will create 4 paragraph, and 4 paragraph you will put in one class, and remaining 4 paragraph will put in another class. Correct. So that will become CSS for class. Next we will add CSS for like you have seen in the previous example, UL we have written and LI we have written. So LI is the part of UL. Yeah. Correct. UL become the parent and LI become the child. So we have also a technique where we can say paragraph, not all paragraph, only those paragraph that is under the division, and those division that is under the section, not all paragraph, only those paragraph that is following this structure. Correct. Those LI that is under the UL, and UL must be under the paragraph. So not all LI, only those LI that is under the UL, and UL should be under the paragraph. So this becomes a parent, child, and child. In this example, look at here. No, you have written the CSS. CSS for which one? LI. But which LI? This 3 LI is here, and we can put some LI here also. So it will apply for all the LI. CSS you wrote for LI. So which LI? All the LI. All the LI. All, correct? But when we limit here, UL as a parent and then the LI. So what will happen? It will not apply for all the LI. It will apply for only those UL that is under the LI, right? You can consider in one street there is a 2 houses, 100 houses. Out of 100 houses, 2 houses are there where 2 person is there. His name is Ganesh and Ganesh. Now letter came for the Ganesh. Postman will go to which Ganesh? He will ask someone where is the house of Ganesh. Then he will see someone where Ganesh house is someone. Correct? Person is asking only Ganesh. Now when he will come to deliver the letter, postman will ask, okay, show me your PAN card. Then they will say, her name is Mahesh. But the postman will say, no, father name should be Suresh. That means you are not that Ganesh I am searching. I am searching for those Ganesh whose father name is Suresh. Your father name is Mahesh. So you are not those Ganesh whom I am searching. So what will happen? He will not get the letter. That meaning you are asking your compiler to search something. And if found, then only apply. So in this case, Li become the child and E will become the parent. So that method is called a CSS for parent and child. So we can write here CSS for parent and child. It has not any predefined structure. Okay. For the last one, there is no any predefined structure. We can make our own. Sometimes we'll put the division under the paragraph. Sometimes we'll put the UL under the LI. Sorry, LI under the UL, and UL will be under the division. And then we'll say, okay, which is the main tag, that will become as a parent. Which is the second, become as a child. Which is the third, that becomes a last child. You want to reach till the first child or last child. Correct? That way we need to write the structure. Okay. So indirectly, data structure is not there, but it is designed in such a way that follow the structure of data. Where is your node? Where is the element you want to reach there? So you have to first deal with the parent, then go to the child. Parent will say child is exist or not. Parent will say no, Ganesh is not there, right? So UL will say LI I have or not. Under the LI will come to know, LI will tell paragraph I have or not. Correct? So parent explain about the child. Right? So this 5 line what you have written, 1, 2, 3, 4 for CSS for tag name, tag group, ID, class. Okay, CSS for I have written 2 times. CSS for parent and child. Entire world follow this 5 formula to write the CSS. Okay. Whatever the CSS you see on internet, here, there, everyone follow this formula. Okay. Your entire CSS is designed on this method. Okay. So we are going to follow one by one and understand all one by one. So you will write first one. So in this, we'll write example 1.html or maybe page 1.html. This will go under the page 2.html, page 2.html. This will come under the page 3.html, come under the page 4.html. This will come under the page 5.html. Okay, rotate. Now create file page 1.html under the internal CSS. Page 1.html under the internal CSS. Under the internal CSS, page 1.html under the internal CSS. In that file, so hope this note is written by everyone. In page 1 file, start from the HTML, follow the head section. Head section, open the style tag, close the style tag. Open the body tag and close the body tag also. Okay. Next, after this, write the p tag, something, 1 paragraph, 2 paragraph, 3, 4 paragraph. Then write the div tag, something, div1, div2, 3, div1, div2, div3. So 3 division and 4 paragraph. So this is going to explain you how to write the CSS for tag name. CSS for tag name. Now come down right inside the head section for p tag. Width of the p tag 20%, not 20, how much? 25%, or give 21% only. Okay, and give margin 2%. So 2% margin and 21% width. How much? 2% left, 2% right, 4% and 21% width. 4 and 1, 25. 25% width happen. Total how many paragraph we are given? 4 paragraph. 25, 25, 50, 25, 75, 25, 100. Background, red color. And after that, display inline hyphen block. Check it. First 4 paragraph will print in one line. First 4 paragraph will print in one line. First 4 paragraph will print in one line. Printing. Oh, 3 only comes. Why? Margin 2 to 4%. Background red. Okay. Okay. Because in paragraph some padding will be there. Okay. Hold on. Let's convert into 20%. Between 2 paragraphs, some gaps come by default. Okay. So this is added. Now add some width height also. Height 250 px. So we wrote one place, and in current page, how many paragraph you have? Everywhere the same feature will get applied. Everywhere same feature will get applied. Everywhere same feature will get applied. Correct? But division is just look like that. There is no any impact on division. So this is called CSS for tag name. You are written for P, so it will apply only for P. If you write for div, then it will apply for div also. Right below. Div, for div write width 30% and write width, we written already, margin 1% and background green color and color as white, and then height 200 px, and then display in a line block. Display in a line block. display inline block. Okay, what have you written? It look like this. So for paragraph, what we wrote, it applied for p tag. For division, what we wrote, it applied for div tag. But question is, how many time we wrote? Only one time. And here also we wrote only one time. In current page, 100 paragraph will come, all will look similar. 100 division will come, all will look similar. Correct? So that is called CSS for tag name. That is called CSS for tag name. We have four more example. We will create four more example. You will remember, definitely you will remember, okay, how to write different methods, and it will be helpful for you. Okay, clear, working for all. Now